Um, how do you see spin-offs? Like, I mean, in today's market, do you see them as places for investors to find that value?
Well, Karan, maybe I'm not looking in the right places. Maybe I need to start focusing on spinoffs because Charlie Munger has talked about you can find a lot of value in spinoffs. The reason I'm saying
Joel
maybe I'm
Greenblatt
looking,
too.
yeah, Joel Greenblatt, maybe I'm looking in the wrong places because I don't know if spinoffs are out of favor right now, or I'm not looking at the right places, or they're just have never been on my radar and I kind of miss them when they happen. I know like
Right.
Mobileye happened with Intel, but I feel like it doesn't happen that often. Maybe it's because managers don't want to give up portions of the empire. Um, I don't know. I don't recall a business where it's just they use this. Yeah, we're going to spin
I
off a
feel like
bunch of
we're seeing it
assets.
more now, like in the last year or two. Like we've seen it, like you mentioned, with the Intel deal. We've also seen it with Johnson and Johnson. We've seen it with Bosch Health, where they spun off Bosch and Lomb.
Yeah, I remember hearing about
With
that. Yeah.
IBM, they've spun off Kyndryl. I think that's how they call it. So we're seeing that with a lot of companies. Mostly, like whenever I think of companies that are spinning off, I'm kind of drawn back to Peter Lynch's slow growers. So that's kind of what comes to mind. Companies that are not maybe saddled with a bit too much debt. They want to spin off some of that debt, like lighten the load a bit. That's kind of
Sorry.
where you tend to see a lot of spin-offs.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about Porsche now. Sorry to bring that up, but I'm thinking about
Go for it.
Porsche. I'm thinking about Ferrari with
True.
Fiat Chrysler. So yeah, they are out there now that I think about it. But
You know what? The best example that we also have is Alibaba. We're seeing a lot of spin-offs that are
oh, that's
hopefully
going to
going to
come
come out
up.
from
Yeah.
that business. So, I mean, spin-offs are a great way to unlock value, and I'm a big fan of them because I think a lot of investors don't even bother looking at what is the value being offered by the company. And many times they just say this one is good, this is bad, and then they just go with what's good. That's kind of what we saw with Porsche. The holding company is bad. The new company that is bright and shiny, like everyone's going towards that,
You
and
know,
they just
Karan,
absolutely dump the parent
before
company.
this
So
episode, we were talking a little bit about people's interpretations of good things and bad things in markets and how that plays out in stock
true.
prices. Looking back at both of our, because we were both in Porsche SE, thinking that when they spun off Porsche AG, the market was going to go, oh, well, look how much of Porsche AG left that SE has. And wouldn't that be great? So we should buy into that. Thinking about the topics we were talking about before the show and people's interpretations of good and bad things in the markets,
Yeah.
can't you see that playing out with Porsche AG? It's like, isn't in hindsight it was obvious? Like the market doesn't want Porsche SE because of the complexity of the management, and that's clear. The market wants Porsche, access to Porsche, and even if it's not a control, even if it's not voting shares, maybe there was a chance the market was going to go, ooh, I could get direct access to only Porsche, the car company. I'm going to buy
True.
that up. And that's what happened. So,
It's also what we see with the CEO here, Bill Sturz, where the main pet food company, they had like Energizer, they had the agriculture business, they had ski resorts, everything around this business. Once he spun those off, suddenly Nestle is very interested. Nestle is willing to pay a premium for the pure pet food business, which makes no sense.